Oh, that's going to say if somebody enters a string that's empty, we'll do the display part, and then when we're done, we'll quit. Or we could even explicitly say inside here, if input text, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in parentheses, if input text we can break, and that will take us out of the loop. Which means that first we need to enter the text. Okay, and then in order to put a whole line of text in there, how are we going to do that? .getLine, okay. Anybody remember the proper version to use with the string class? Alright, well, if we look at the previous chapter, the one we have to use with the string class is the freestanding one, getLine. Okay. So that should get us a line of text. Ending with a new line character. So when it hits a new line character, it will stop. If we wanted it to stop with some other character, what would we do? Well, we can tell it to use any character as the delimiter. Probably the new line character is going to be okay. All right, so now we have to worry about how to divide this up into words and count the letters. So, any idea how to Okay, we're trying to figure out how to divide the input text into words and how to count the letters. Okay, spaces, we know a space is not part of a word, but we also know that period, comma, and the beginning and end of the line are not words, and we have to worry about some kinds of punctuation. Okay, so we could use a switch and then enumerate each possible piece of punctuation that we could use. Another thing we could do is use some of the special member functions of the string class. So well, is alpha is a member of the C string library, yeah. But if you look in page 472 of your book, there are some member functions for the standard string class. One of them would be the find function. Or actually find first of, which would return the index of the first instance in the string of any character in a second string. So if you had several pieces of punctuation, white space, comma, colon, semicolon, period, we could use that find first of function to find any of those, and then use that iteratively to find each of those instances. So if I was going to use that, I might have a string punctuation and put in all my punctuation characters that I'm going to allow. So let's say space, period, comma, exclamation, semicolon, colon. And I'll say that's all I'm going to use for now. And then I could say input text, find first of, punct, starting at zero, except if I'm going to make this find all of the punctuation, then I probably need to vary where I start from, right? So I could have a variable I could tell it to start at I then. And I would say J equals find first of starting at I. That would tell me where in my input string it found that punctuation. And I could then, starting there, find first not of punct, starting at J. And probably I should have a word counter. And if J, well, let's see. First of all, if I find punctuation at 0, then I'm starting with punctuation, so that wouldn't be part of a word yet. So I would have to figure out where the words start and end, and increment the word counter whenever I find a new word. So what do you think about that method? Okay. Well, one of the things that we can do, and what makes this kind of interesting, is we can actually start debugging this and see how it looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a break point right there, and I'm going to start debugging. Uh-oh, I had errors.